Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob here, once again with another video. Um, and today we're going to be looking at some cheap alternatives, um, or well, cheap alternatives if you want to add uh, Batman and Joker to your collection, or if if you already have them, then obviously you know you don't need them. But if you're looking to get them and you're wanting to sort of get the classic movie or close to the sort of movie of 1989, Batman movie, um, and you want to get them, but you haven't got the budget to buy, like really expensive versions, like Hot Toys, then these are a couple of cheaper alternatives that you can get. Uh, I think I looked at this or done a review of it before, and it's a cheap alternative for the '89 Batman. I think it's the '89 Batman. I'm pretty sure it is. And I found this one on eBay a couple of years ago, I think it is now. And basically, I was looking to add, because this is when I was pretty much about, I think I might have been about a year into collecting at this stage, and I was looking to add Batman. I wanted the '89 version for my collection, and basically, the NECA one was way too expensive at the time. I think it still is probably. And then I saw a NECA other version. I think it was from China, and it was obviously a clear fake. And someone had already got one of those and did a review on it, and it came across as it was fake. So yeah, it didn't look like a great figure, so I went against that. I did want the NECA one, but then the fake one was just not very good. So then I did a few searches on eBay, and I came across this one, which was about £11, and it wasn't a bad price for something like this. And I mean, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, it's not going to be anything near as good as the NECA, or and obviously it isn't, but it's actually not a bad figure, to be honest. And I actually think it's, the original old '89 Batman version that they did with the belt that you could pull out. I'm pretty sure that is the one from the movie. Or it's the one I had back in the day when I was when I was a kid. I think I remember. I think I was about. I mean, when I saw the first movie back in, I actually saw it. I think it was '89 that I actually saw it, because it was out at the cinema in '89. Obviously, that was when it was released, and I was only 5 years old back then, when the first Batman film was made. I was actually too young to see it, but I actually got to see it not only once but twice when it was released on video. I saw it once because my parents had split up back in '89. I don't think they split up in '89. I think they split up in 1988. So this was a year later, and I actually watched it when it came out on was released on VHS. I was only 5 years old, and I got to see Batman for because obviously I couldn't see it at the cinema because I was only 5 years old back then. So when it was as soon as it was released on VHS, I got to see it at my nan and granddad's house, which my dad was there as well, and I watched it once there, and then because I stayed at my nan and granddad's back in '89 at the weekend, and then as soon as the weekend was over, I think it was like Sunday, um, and my mum and sister, I'm not sure if my auntie was there as well, but mum and sister actually got Batman as well, and I don't think they realised that me nan and granddad had already rented it out and let me see it. But they did the same thing, so then I ended up watching it twice. So it didn't get better than that. I got to see it twice. So I was a very happy kid back then. Yeah, the years have certainly flown by since 1989. Phew, been through some times since then. I can tell you I've had a few, I can say, very bad health problems when I was younger, and a few near-death experiences. I could tell you a few stories if you ever want to hear any, but yeah, I've come close to death a few times, but I won't go into that too much because we're drifting away from. Yeah, so anyway, I saw this on eBay. I thought, can't be that great, but then it turned out to be, for £11, it turned out to be quite a nice figure, and it's got some great movements on it as well, and it's a real nice figure, and it's actually better than the other one because this doesn't fade away. On the other one, it sort of fades away on the chest. I don't have the original old one. I gave it away to charity when I moved house about 20 years ago 21 years ago in 2002. So I gave away most of my toys back then. So, I only just started collecting toys and bits and pieces since 2020. So all the things I had previously, all the old stuff when I was younger, most of it given to charity. So I had a few bits left, like Marvel and some wrestlers, but everything else just went. I just gave it to charity when I was moving because it was just too much stuff to move. And then, at the time, there wasn't things back then like 20 years ago. I didn't know how to put stuff on eBay or sell stuff online. So I didn't know what else to do with it. I didn't want to throw it away, so I thought, let someone else have some enjoyment out of it and give it to charity. So that's what I did back then. And to be honest, I don't regret giving some of them to charity, but I think I would have actually tried to held on to some of them, because I really wanted to actually keep some for the collection now. But never mind, it's happened now, and hopefully someone's got some enjoyment out of my old figures. But yeah, it's a really good Batman. And then, so as I said, I didn't have the old one, and this is quite a good, better version of that. And now I just bought this Joker, and this Joker I did have. This is not the actual, it can't be the exact Joker that I had when it was young, because there's thousands of these around. But I had this version of the Joker. It's the one that you put I'm sure you guys know, it's the one where you put the water in and then you squirt it out of his thing like you do. I think I used to do that when I was in the bath when I was younger. Used to have a lot of fun with my figures when I was younger. Now they're just on display. Or not the ones I had when I was younger. They're not on display. The ones I buy now, they just go on display. But, times changed over the years. But anyway, yeah. So this is the version, because I wanted Joker. I had Batman, and I wanted Joker for the collection. So I've got sort of action and heroes on sort of one side of thing, and sort of horror and villains on the other thing. Well, I'm trying to add. It's mostly horror. You've seen it if you've seen all my stuff. It's mostly horror, but I'm just adding now just a few sort of other sort of villains like Joker, Green Goblin, and just a few others just to mix it up a bit. But yeah, this is the version that I had, and as I said, I wanted to add a Joker, and pretty much this is the only Joker that I could find. I mean, I could see a really expensive Joker version, but that it was way too expensive, so I had to just get this, and this was only about $5.50. So I might as well just pick it up, and it's one that I remembered when I have, and I thought, might as well just have it, get it back, and have it in the collection, because this is actually one. When I gave away my toys 20 years ago, this is actually one I gave away. So, you know, had I kept it, or just put it in a collection, but, you know, paid $5.50 for it. So, you know, I don't mind, as I said, stuff that I gave away 20 years ago. As I said, I would have just kept a few of the stuff. You know, I would have just picked out the stuff that I wish I'd have kept. You know, obviously it's too late now, but, you know, I would have just kept a few, just the ones that I wanted for this collection now, you know, because that most of the stuff like Ghostbusters and Turtles and that wouldn't have gone into my theme or my collection now. But, you know, the other stuff, you know, would have. But, you know, I thought I'd just get this to add to the collection. And yeah, guys, so I think I'm going to wrap this up now. Hope you guys enjoy it, or leave your thoughts and comments, and see you on the next video. Okay, take care, bye for now, see you soon.